This is Mogobe Nuggets of Wisdom podcast. We infuse, we energize, we inspire, and we empower entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs of all stripes in BW and beyond. Hello and welcome to another thrilling, exciting, and enthralling episode of Mogobe Nuggets of Wisdom podcast. As always, I'm excited, guys. It's always a pleasure to bring you yet another life-changing conversation. I do my best to travel for you to get the best and the brightest out there, and I'm fortunate enough to have Lerato Qwabe in the studio. She'll introduce herself momentarily, a little bit of housekeeping before we get started. My book, guys, it's available from Exclusive Books for only $350 at Airport Junction, and you can get it also from our office on the first floor of our building, Mogobe Plaza. In addition to that, guys, be sure to give us a like, be sure to give us a what else can you give us? Subscribe button. Just hit that button, please, and the notification bell, and let's stay in touch. We're fighting these algorithms. The only way to stay on top of them is with your help. We need you. When I discovered that 2/3 of you guys haven't subscribed, it made me kind of sad. So please, let's straighten that out. That having been said, let me welcome to the studio Lerato Qwabe. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
What a thrill to have you. And a little backstory. We are in media together.
Yes, sir.
But it's just a source of excitement to have a core media practitioner on the studio. Please share your background, a little bit of your roots, your academics, and so on.
Sure. First and foremost, I just want to say you are a real G. You mean business. I'm not one to do interviews. I am usually the one conducting interviews. So it really feels red sitting on the other side. But with that being said, my name is Lerato Qwabe. I am a young entrepreneur, and lately I'm calling myself an entrepreneur advocate because I have been an entrepreneur for so long. My background is media, hospitality, from visual production, and working a lot behind the scenes and just making pretty pictures, creating pretty memories, as well as conducting as much information as one can possibly get, which is what has now empowered me to being an entrepreneur. So, yeah, that's Lerato in a nutshell.
Okay, academics, touch on that a bit.
Sure, academics, I'm actually a dropout. A very unfortunate story of an African black child where you are an orphan. I lost my parents at a very young age. And unfortunately, that was it. For me to even be able to get at least that small start out, I had to work. I had to work and study at the same time, And I said to myself, look, maybe your reality is that you're not going to wear that graduation gown, and it's okay. But you're going to get in that classroom, and you're going to take as much information as possible, and you're going to make sure that the dreams you had when your parents were alive are your reality tomorrow. So I did the best I could, and once I could not work and study at the same time, then I decided I needed to drop out. And that's when the life of entrepreneurship began. Wow.
Let's talk media. How did you get your background training in media, or the exposure that you now has culminated in you now being a hostess and doing the things you are doing?
So media, I grew up in the media. I was such a little problematic child. And it's so unfortunate, Mr. M, that my parents had to leave me so early because they were very supportive of my dreams, They believed in me from a young age. They would give me a platform to just be myself. And they were both entrepreneurs. My father was a businessman. He owned taxis and property. My mother was a cook. So coming from that entrepreneurship background, it was already instilled in me you know. And I fell in love with media from that young age where I wanted to be the next Mama Felicia Mabuza. Believe it or
Subtle.
not. Oh,
Felicia
subtle.
Mabuza,
Yes.
subtle.
Yes, I
Yeah.
believed I was the next her. So everything I did was around the media space. So I was always in touch of the auditions that were happening in the city. And so much so that sometimes I'd even lie about my age just so I can audition. So that became something I focused on. So even at the chance I got to study, I studied media. And my mother was very good friends with Umxoli Suhulana, who was a director of Generations back then. So because Mr. Mxolisi knew how much I loved media, he would always fetch me and take me to all these trainings. So I grew up in the media. I grew up Nabo, the late Akumzi, you know. Those were all the children from Yo TV that we grew up with. We were all in the same space. And the love has just never stopped.
You're literally in those sets, I mean, as the episodes were being shot.
Yes. We were those little children screaming and all fighting to get a microphone and answer a question, you know. We were just so hungry. I mean, even about Dr. Musa right now, we were those children.
Yeah.
Because we come from post-apartheid.
Yes.
And that's when the change, the transformation was happening. So we had no option but to read, and you had to know what was happening. You had to know politics because that was the language spoken at home, language spoken in school. And yeah, we grew up as children who loved things and we wanted to be heard.
I'm just curious, how did you land your first gig and what exactly was that?
My first gig, I was a model. I started off as a model. Then because Mr. Mxolisi would call me to write. So I'm a writer. I'm very big on writing. So I would write some episodes with him for Generations. So he taught me a lot of behind the scenes work. I could safely say he was my mentor in the media space. And being mentored by him placed me in the media space. So I was always around the broadcasting space. And before you know it, look, if you want something, you will learn. And if you must bring a cup of coffee just to get access to see the lights, the cameras, you will do it. So there hasn't been anything I have not done to get myself to the reality of my dreams.
Talk about Spark Business Boost Extra. That is your concept, the business you conceptualized, isn't it?
That's correct.
Tell us about it, how it all started.
So Business Boost Extra is a show which is under Urban Urge online network. It's a new baby and fast growing. So Urban Urge
I'm curious about the name, Spark Business Boost Extra. It's an interesting name. Can you define the name before you help us understand what it's communicating?
Okay. So Business Boost Extra came about. Urban Urge has a show called Business Boost with Uncle Stevie B, who's been a broadcaster for over decades, you know. So Uncle Stevie B does the Business Boost. So when Urban Urge got me involved in the team, I told them I had a concept of a show which was about informing entrepreneurs. And I said to them, we need to go aggressive. We need to be extra. Because there's so much information that's available and yet little understanding within the business and entrepreneurship space. And being an entrepreneur myself, I teamed up with a home that put us in a space where we can be aggressive. So we said we're not changing the business boost because we are boosting your business, but we are giving you extra push. We are giving you extra information, and we are also giving you extra guidance. We are your friend in business.
So what is that little extra something?
That little extra something is daily information on where to go to, because as entrepreneurs, many of us struggle with understanding the language of business. As a businessman, you understand that business is a very different language from the normal English. So, Business Boost Extra is there to teach you as a skilled individual who is still thinking about innovating a business. So we teach you as a 5-year-old, as what is the business world? Where is the business world? Who should you be in the business world? We give you all the extra information that you can never get anywhere.
And where does one access the actual, channel?
The channel is www.urbanurge.notjustradio.co.za. So you download the app, or you can listen to it on the website. But it's better to always download the app so that you can be updated with the shows that are there. And my show plays Mondays to Thursdays, 6:30 until 7. Then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we do 6:30 until 7:30.
Now, Urban Urge, how did you come into association with them, and who are they?
Funny story. Funny story. So Urban Urge, I met the owner, one of the owners, Mr. Mata, Spiwe Mata, who, him and Mr. Keshna, their background is broadcasting. They come from Bob Radio. So I met Mr. Mata in a meeting, funny enough. I was in a meeting and he joined the meeting. And it was a few days, I think 3 days before the launch of the station going live. So I'm in a meeting, and when I'm done, Mr. Mata says, "Excuse me, I hear you do events and all, but have you ever thought about doing radio?" And I looked at this man and I'm like, "Don't do that to me. Don't bring out that girl in me." And I'm like, many years ago, yes, but not now. Then he said, "No, we need to chat." Then he did a follow-up, and I said to him, "I'm not sure if I can do radio because I'm no longer a persona. I'm no longer a personality. I'm a businesswoman, I'm a very colorful businesswoman. So anything that I do and touch now, it's got to do with business." Then he gave me the platform to say, "Okay, what kind of a show would you like to do?" And that was the birth of Business Boost Extra.
Wow. And the brand itself, Urban Urge, I'm sure you did a bit of research about them before you joined them.
Absolutely.
Give us a little bit of the background story.
So Mr. Mata comes from the broadcasting industry.
Yeah.
He's been with your Kaya FM. He's been with big stations. I'm not actually allowed to say their names anymore, but he's been with the main big stations in Africa, And then they started Urban Urge. Before Urban Urge, it was Bob Radio. So that's where...
Buputatswana?
Yes, sir. So that's when that was the...
With Bob Mabena and all those folks.
Absolutely. Very, very dear friend of Mr. Mata. He still cries about him till today. I think we all are.
Okay, yeah. He was a giant.
Absolutely. And which is why it was an honor to be recognized by an individual of vast experience and to be brought in a space where giants like Mr. Mabena have been a part of. I cannot tell you how great that feels.
Let's talk about the entrepreneurship angle in terms of understanding your business model and your positioning. What can you tell us?
Business model and positioning. So I think the beginning as an entrepreneur, you need to dream bigger. That's how you can build a model. You need to dream bigger. So meaning you need to do a lot of writing. Whether you know how to write or you don't, you need to learn. Learn how to write. Teach yourself to read. That will give you direction to the next step. And give yourself time to dream. Don't jump into entrepreneurship just because you have a great idea. Let that great idea simmer into you entirely where
Marinate a little bit.
Marinate. Everything needs to be marinated. Marinate.
Yeah. Yes.
So even with the entrepreneurship journey, to position yourself, marinate the concept, marinate the idea, do research around it, find out if is there somebody else who's thinking about the same idea as you, and find out if is there somebody who's thinking along your lines. Understand as much as you can, read a lot, research, live on research every day.
And of course, your research led you to an entity known as Epic Events. Tell us about that entity and how you ended up there.
My baby Epic. Epic Events, in full, it's called A Picture. A Picture Events Media. So Epic Events began back when I was still, Epic Events began during my times of trialing out entrepreneurship. While I was doing media, while I was doing promotions, I became such a resourceful person that I knew it was time to start a business. When we started Epic, it was called Bright Me Entertainment. I had a dream. I had a media network dream where I wanted to own a record label. I wanted to have a casting agency. I wanted to have a production company where we could write our own stories and produce them. So then I started off as a modeling agency, and we started with producing music videos and also providing models for music videos. Then from music videos, it moved to talk shows, to your soapies, From there, it broadened to films, and very big films. I was one of the casting directors for extras for the Rivonia trial movie. So our little baby grew, We started casting so many agencies and so many production companies. Then it grew into a little baby to now us having our own studio equipment, where we then had musicians. So because I've always loved helping others, because I know how hard it was for me. So even in the early stages of my life, before the blow up of my company to where it is today, I've always brought people close to me. I've always built networks, and eventually we got into the events level, and now we're in the golf levels, and now we are in the travel space, and now we're not only just in South Africa, we're crossing borders. We've got a golf day that we now part of, which happens in Eswatini, the General Nyanda Golf Day.
Wow.
Yes, so we moving.
So how do the viewers become part of that golf effort, and what does it take to be a part of it?
So the golf day it happens in August. It's always the third week of August every year. It has been taking place in Eswatini for the last 18 years. I believe this year we're doing the 19th year annual. So it's a big baby. It's a big baby. So people can go on our website, which is www.generalnyandagolfday.co.za, which will give you all the details as to how to become a part of it, whether you would like to sponsor or you would like to purchase a 4-ball and just get to experience our friend, because this is it's a friendship association. So it's a Eswatini and South African Friendship Association.
Wow, sounds very, very exciting. Any other epic events coming up?
Absolutely. We are planning some more jazz events, which we will be curating with the Urban Edge studio. So our events calendar rolls down from end of this month. So we will be doing a lot of jazz events, a lot of food pairings, right here at the Hotel Sky, actually.
Yeah.
So Hotel Sky is our home. So many of the upcoming events, just be around Hotel Sky, Urban Urge, and you as well, because you will be attending.
Yes, because I'm always in the vicinity when I'm in Joburg.
Absolutely. So yes, many other events are coming up, and also a lot of business seminars we will be hosting. So our calendar will roll down end of this month.
We can't wait to see what's coming.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk a bit about your triumphs, your successes, your accolades, the awards you received, those wonderful things that make it all worthwhile. Can you share some of those?
Awards, we are still waiting. We are still waiting. But achievements, many. You know, first achievement is being youth, being black, and being able to say, I am a businesswoman. And as a young individual who does not have vast experience, education experience, or education qualifications, so to speak, that's the biggest achievement. Being able to provide for my family through my business, that's one of the biggest achievements. Second achievement is making friends, making networks that are outside South Africa. Having friends in different SADC regions. And when I'm speaking friends, I'm not speaking chomi, I'm speaking business associates. So being able to conduct business outside South Africa, that is our current biggest achievement.
Yeah.
I'm stepping on my third passport, so
So apart from Swaziland, which other countries are you active? What about Botswana?
So funny story. Funny story.
Yeah.
Botswana, we are coming. I have friends who are from Botswana. I've met through my journey in business and events curation. So I have they've been calling me to come do events there. So I have a lady friend by the name of Tato. She's a DJ and she also does events. So she's been calling me to say, girl, come to Bards. And I said, I'm going to come through. And then last year, my friend invited some of our friends from Botswana to the Swaziland Golf Day. Then when they got there, they said, why can't we bring this in Botswana? We also want to have a golf day. So definitely we will be doing some things in Botswana this year, I promise.
Yeah, no, that's very interesting. Now, a question always comes up when you're talking to a woman entrepreneur about any challenges associated with gender and whether, in fact, there are any lessons that can be learnt from your journey in that regard.
I was waiting for this moment. I want to look at you and I want you to see my eyes. Challenges, they never stop. Wabana, when I said being a woman, youth, saying in full, I am a businesswoman, that's one of the greatest achievements. It's so difficult in business. It's so difficult to maneuver, to learn, because in as much as business is great when you start making profits, business is very painful. There's no friend in business. Challenges as a woman, the sexism it's a real issue. And another challenge which I think we are getting over, or we are working through, is women in business alone. Women in business have not been, it feels like, you know that quote that says when women are in the same room together, they don't get along?
I've heard that. They don't vote for each other, for instance. I've heard politicians say that.
It has been a reality. However, I think that quote was created by a man. I'm sorry. It was created by a man to sort of make that be a reality. Because the truth is, when women are in one room, two things can come out of that. Greatness. Greatness, because we are that great. So unfortunately, the business world has a way of turning women against each other. But I believe with all the seminars and the conferences and all the women empowerment events that are taking place, across the continent. It's helping bring back women to who we really are. Because I think also one of the challenges that we face as women is that men and women need to understand that we are not in business to compete. We are in business to empower, upscale,
To collaborate.
We're not
To
here
complement.
to complement. It's not a competition, it's a compliment. But it's taken a long time to have that message register. So there are many challenges. But which is why they always say you need to have a heart to be in business. So I guess those challenges are nothing. Kimorimo. We are here.
Yeah, we're right here.
We are fighting through it.
Yeah, in the number one podcast in Botswana. Here we are.
I'll be back on my shades.
Yeah. Now, what I also want to know, still on this issue, is whether a role that mentorship plays in terms of women mentoring one another to deal with these challenges, and how effective that is.
It's very effective. And the truth is, everybody needs a mentor. Yesterday my station manager and I stayed up until 11 p.m. just concussing about the plans. And one of the things that I took from him, he said, every soccer player needs a coach. So every entrepreneur needs a mentor. And sometimes, even if you can't afford a physical mentor, life has become so much easier now. We have you, Mr. M. You've got your book. This is a full mentorship.
Yeah.
It's a full mentorship. So things are different now. Things are different now.
Podcasts provide mentorship.
Do you know what I mean? So it goes back to saying research, dream big. And when you're done dreaming big, come back and build big. And building big means research, means understanding every part of the business.
Now, I want us to talk about your current projects in a way of understanding an average day in your life, in terms of if I was a fly, sitting on your shoulder, what is a typical day like? What's a typical week like in your life?
Excuse me. So, my life. So the last 5 weeks, I've had a very big change, which was joining the Urban Urge family. So it has switched up my diary to a whole new direction, So a typical Monday, I prepare my kids for school. And
how many kids, by the way?
I've got two.
Okay, right.
Just two. So I prepare my kids for school. Then I get into meetings. Unfortunately, the broadcasting world does not stop talking. On air, off air. Information overload. So I'll get onto my meetings. And I'm juggling between my show and also a management position in the station, as well as my company. So I'm juggling 3 different worlds. But God is so amazing. I've managed to now put it all together. So most of the time you find me at the Hotel Sky, which is where our studio's at. So I conduct all the business at the Hotel Sky. Then I prep for my show. Then I get on my show. After my show, more meetings.
Sounds very exciting. Would you say there's money? Because my viewers always ask me, you forgot to ask your guest how they make money, whether there's serious money in their field. What would you say? What's the money angle in all of this?
So, hospitality and media. I grew up in those industries, right? And they have raised my kids till COVID, till the pandemic. So before the pandemic, hospitality and media, it's industries that have a lot of money. And when we're going to speak hospitality, events, there's events every day. Alone today, how many events have you seen here?
At least 6 or 7 different floors, yeah.
There's a lot of money in hospitality, and which is why right now many people are hopping onto the moving train, because there's money in events, there is money in hospitality, there's money in catering, there's money in media.
Yeah.
There's money in media. So yes, there's money.
Yeah. But I'm sure, as someone who studies entrepreneurship, there are some do's and don'ts. Maybe we can start with some don'ts, where you believe young startups or upcoming entrepreneurs are getting it wrong, where you just say, look, you could do it differently. Where are we getting it wrong as young entrepreneurs, or maybe as women entrepreneurs even?
So where I feel we are getting it wrong is taking, or rather procrastinating. We procrastinate a lot because we have this idea of business has to operate in a certain way. So we procrastinate. So instead of meeting that person that you just came across yesterday, when they say come today, and then you procrastinate that, no, maybe let's do it. Don't procrastinate. We procrastinate a lot, and I'm also guilty of it. I mean, for me to understand.
I would have thought you've started to conquer it now.
No, now I'm good. But before, I understand that those were my lows when I procrastinated. So don't procrastinate. Get it moving. When you think of an idea right now, write it down. You know, when it builds up, even if you are in the middle of something, take time, finish it off. So don't procrastinate. And my second one would be, do not mix business with pleasure. I find a lot of business and pleasure relations within the business community of lately, and also as a way of getting ahead for us women. I've seen it many times, and I've also been placed as one of those women who mix business with pleasure. You know,
who has placed you as such?
Many people. I mean, I'm a very colorful businesswoman. You know, I don't really follow the rules. You know, I learned to some, but I don't conform. You know, as loud as I am, this is who I am. You know, so many people have ideas of a woman like me. You know, society. You know, and also the people that you're trying to get into business with, you know, they will think that you are down for that. You know, a meeting will suddenly turn into a dinner, and then a dinner will turn into, hey, Mara, you are so pretty, hey, Mararato, you know, and that's been a reality of it. And you can't blame our ladies in business for allowing it to happen.
How should they respond to such moves?
What
does that mean? Quite literally.
Yes. Yes. Even if that deal closes, even if that door shuts down, and trust me, it will. That's why it's taken me so many years. Because it's a girl, she thinks she's better.
Just because you have morals and principles.
Do you know what I mean? Morals and principles, lately in business, they don't exist. So when not honoring the morals, we will gatekeep you.
Any other don'ts? Or any other things to look out for?
Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Now and again, inhliziyo iyashaya igigiza all the time. So why is your business making you afraid? You know, don't be afraid.
Yeah, because I read somewhere that the acronym for fear is false evidence appearing real. So it is just a mirage.
It's not real.
It's not real. Go for it.
Go in.
Yeah.
Even if you fall, get up, dust yourself, and move.
Yeah. You hinted here that you are in studio here in Hotel Sky.
Yes.
How did you end up here, and how does it work operating from a hotel, a busy hotel?
my station manager and my team made it happen, because also we're not just radio, you know, we are more than that. We are,
Because you're a digital radio.
yes, so we are a digital network. Like I said, it's still growing. So partnering up with the hotel worked because of other departments that we are going to be launching within the Urban Urge space. So I can't share a lot of it, but
It's still under wraps.
it's still under wraps, yes. But operating in this space is so fascinating. I think also because of the nature of my show. So I am in business day in, day out. So it's thrilling. I love it. I love the views.
I think also the fact that it's in a central location where a lot of activity takes place.
Yes.
That is a plus.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that is a plus, and because they've positioned themselves that way also. Yeah.
I think that's the extra on my business boost.
Yeah. Now, we mentioned the don'ts. What are the encouragements, the pros, the things that you want us to be pushing to, the ones that you even urge your audience who are in business to focus on?
Sure, I've got so many. I'm enjoying this so much. Just like, can I talk some more? So the do's are: do it, make it happen. It's possible. You can do it. If you see it, believe it. Believe it and get it done. And the universe and the God and the gods, they complement you. So what you don't know, step into it, step into it. Look, break generational curses. Be the first business person in your family. Let it be the second, let it be the third. If it's a generational curse that you are breaking, break it. I'm a doer, and I want our people to learn how to do. So do it. And be patient with yourself also. When you are patient with yourself, you respect your moment, you respect yourself, you respect your ethics, and you also know who you are. Because when you're patient, you digest information slower than many other people.
Yeah.
So we are so good at being patient with others, and we are so impatient with ourselves. So learn to be patient with yourself more than you are patient with anyone else.
Wow.
So when you fall, don't just get up and dust yourself. Speak to yourself. Say the same way you'll say to your baby, "Oh, Nana," I do that to myself. If I trip, I tell myself, "Oh, sorry, Rato, we'll do it better." I am my own best friend, mother, comforter, because I love myself and I am patient with myself. So when you are patient with yourself, you will be patient with your business.
Wow. All right, now this is good. Now I feel as if I'm in church. I'm getting really spiritually uplifted here. Now, we touched on your collaborations here. Are there any collaborations that you feel are worth singling out? Let me make it even simpler for you. Who are your heroes and your sheroes?
What are sheroes?
A hero who's
Female
a she.
hero.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you must ask. That's one thing about me. I ask. If I don't understand, I will not embarrass myself.
Yeah.
Who are my heroes? My mother, my grandmother.
Why?
All those women they were so incredible. They fought so hard for the life we have today. And sure, they've been through a lot, and they raised me. They raised a diamond. So those are my heroes. Just how my mother, mostly because, the last interaction I had with my mother, I was 10 years old. And yet she has raised me even from heaven or the universe, wherever she is, in the spirits, because whatever that she got to teach me till that age still carries me till today, and it still carries through my children. So those are my sheroes. Yeah.
Wow. Your grandmother, because?
My grandmother, because she was my best friend. So when her daughter passed away, my mother, she then stepped in. And remember, grannies are cool, so they like the best version of your mother. So she was my BFF. We had Tuesday chats in the morning where we would gossip about everything and everyone in the family. And beyond all of that, she would cheerlead me, through it all.
Yeah.
And my hero has got to be my dad and my grandfather. I know it sounds biased, but I'm being real. Because those are the people that have raised me, and their teachings, they live on through my kids now.
Yeah.
So it's generational past. But I will have to add Mama Winnie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Winnie Mandela.
Yes. She is, oh my good. I remember when I met her, couldn't speak. I was so young. I was so young. I think it was one of the ANC conferences or activations. My mother was a...
Yes.
So she always put me in there. So then she was speaking. The whole time my mouth was just open. I couldn't believe that I was actually seeing Umama Winnie Madikizela. And then when I was an adult, I had the same reaction when I ran into her at Kilani Mall. Like I just stood there looking like a lost puppy. Because to me she was not real. She was not real, It couldn't have been a real woman that endured all that she did and still came out so strong.
She always remained dignified and beautiful.
And so humble. Yes.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. We also had been admiring her from BW, from Botswana.
Yeah.
We look up to her. And when she passed, it was terrible.
Still very terrible. Still very terrible. And I hope that we obviously can never have another Mama Winnie, but I hope that many of us young women and all the women that are alive can just try to at least learn to walk in at least 200 steps.
Yeah.
In her foot, in her
big shoes.
In her big shoes. At least take 200 steps out of Umam Winnie,
Yeah.
We can't go through what she did. She went through a rough one. So we can only just try take 200 steps from her giant footsteps.
Wow. One of the things that you mentioned in passing as being involved in is jazz. As in jazz events.
Yes.
What is your attraction to jazz, and what kind of events are you curating in that regard?
Jazz. I'm a jazz queen. I love jazz. I spoke of my sheroes and my heroes. My grandfather was a big jazz lover. I was grandpa's little girl. He named me Lerato. So my grandfather worked here in Sandton during the 90s, and he would always fetch...
Before liberation?
No, it was actually...
Shortly after?
It was actually before, and then I was brought in the picture. I'm a 95 baby.
Yeah.
So I was brought in the picture. So there were a lot of jazz areas within Sandton back then, and my grandfather would pick me up. We lived in Joburg CBD. So he would pick me up and take me to all these jazz funky places with the white kids, and I'd try and understand it because I'm like, okay. So he taught me deep jazz. So when I grew up, jazz became one of my favorite genres. Then I started enjoying a lot of jazz festivals.
Mm-hmm.
My mom was also a jazz lover, so she attended your jazz events. So she would always come back and talk about it and try curate it at home for her and her friends. Then I fell in love with the curation style of jazz, food, and then wine, great spaces, great conversations, great networks, and
So
yeah.
typically, what sort of events would you organize in that regard?
So we've got different segments of events. We have your jazz events, which are more of your, nowadays, Baraking, baby, it's Soul Sundays.
Mm-hmm.
So I am one of the few people in the last 18 years who activated Sunday soul sessions. With me, it's always been jazz Sundays. So I loved Sundays because they such
So
family
where would
days.
those take place?
Everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere. We've moved with different venues, different hotels. We partner up with different establishments all the time. Then we have a long-term contract partnership with them to say, okay, every last Sunday of the month, this is what we're going to come and do. So then we'll have your
You
live
bring
band.
singers and so on.
Singers, live bands, and musicians. And it's all live music. So,
Okay.
yeah.
No, that sounds very exciting, eh?
It is. You should attend one of them.
Yeah, tell me, when is the next one?
Let's hope in June.
Mm-hmm.
We want to channel doing winter jazz, and
Yeah.
this is an ongoing conversation that Mr. Pradon Laka and I have been having.
Yeah.
So we were hoping to activate it this year.
Yeah.
So I think me speaking about it now means, oopsie, it's coming.
Yeah.
Yes.
I almost forgot, in the media space, specifically radio space, what is the long-term vision? What are you planning? What can we look up to, even a couple of decades down the line? What is the long-term plan, medium and long-term plan?
Empowerment. I'm going to use this voice till I cannot use it to empower. And that means Business Boost Extra is here for a lifetime. And it's also going to grow into other talk shows. It's also going to grow into other shows. And long term, we're going to be hosting many of our business seminars. We're going to be building more entrepreneurs, and just expect a pile of growth in the entrepreneurship space within the next 5 years.
Does that mean more radio stations or more, how does the expansion look like?
It's not, it's more of, we are taking it to visuals, and we're going to activate city to city, country to country. We are also planning a women's official conference. You're making me talk, wait.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting.
You heard that?
Are you keeping it to, yeah, let it come out. Let it come out. Maybe some of it is still under wraps, so I don't know.
It is.
Yeah.
But expect a lot of active seminars everywhere in the African continent. For now, we're still here in South Africa, but with the networks that we have, it won't be long till we are there. And we are not there to just talk. We are there to hold your hand and put you in.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Sounds very, very exciting. Now, as we come towards the end of our conversation together, I'd like you to grab the crystal ball now. When I say the crystal ball, I'm talking on behalf of Urban League, on behalf of Spark Business Boost Extra.
Business Boost Extra.
Yes, Spark Business Boost Extra.
Okay, we're entering the spark.
Yeah, because I want to be able
Excuse
to
me.
to roll back this tape and say, this is what you said, this is what you declared, and now this is the reality.
Okay.
What media empire are you going to be having? What can we... Just let your imagination go wild, and I'm sure you thought about these things. What do you picture?
I picture a network where we have a channel for business empowerment, where we have a channel that can cover the history of Africa, where we can cover untold stories of Africa. I am looking at a network of little young entrepreneurs, bohotso daso, you know, starting out their businesses as teenagers, you know, and that's now because my son is a teenager. So this is something that is brewing, you know. We are looking at a network that is your best friend, a network you cannot live without, that covers your brain, that empowers you, that gives you leisure at hand, because part of the leisure side of my life comes from the fact that as Black people, we haven't been able to afford to travel. And traveling helps grow the mind, you know. So it's important that eventually we as Africans get to that level where we can afford to travel with our children, you know. So expect a lot of accessibility for all of us.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Looks like it's a vision I can run away with.
Okay.
It works for me.
Okay, I love it.
Sounds fantastic. Now, this is the part of the show where you get to ask me a question.
Okay.
Yeah. What question do you have for me?
My question for you is, when are you opening a mob business school?
It's a very good question, because the closest to that now is the 2 mentorship programs we have, one on entrepreneurship and the other on real estate. Whilst we don't have a physical school, we're using the facilities of our other business, which are the Mogobe Incorporated headquarters on the first floor. We've been running with the real estate one for 6 years.
Wow.
And we've been running with the entrepreneurship one. This is now the 2nd year. And it hasn't taken the form of a school because maybe I didn't have that idea, which is just planted in me, because I thought I could just carry on with this thing as I run my other businesses. Opening it as a school would mean setting it up as an independent entity, and I haven't, to be honest, been thinking about that. But you've planted a seed, so that's the best I can answer that question.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
So now you know we need a school.
Now I know.
Now we know.
An academy of sorts.
An academy of sorts. We
Yeah.
need to do it.
Yeah,
We
because
need
I
to
do speak and I do travel like I'm doing now,
Yes.
but I haven't organized it in a formal sense of a school.
Okay.
But maybe it will be the Mogobe School of Entrepreneurship.
I love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can I have a second question?
Yes.
When are you coming to my show, Business Boost Extra?
Well, when am I getting invited?
I am inviting you to Business Boost Extra next week.
Let's keep it under advisement, as the Americans like saying, which means it's a yes, but as to when I execute, let it be on my next trip here.
Okay.
I normally come here every 4 to 6 weeks.
Okay.
Okay.
I look forward to it.
Yeah. All right. Have a look at that camera there and leave that viewer with one final uplifting, inspirational message
Excuse me.
as we conclude our time together.
Phew. Buy yourself a red outfit and start your business. When you wear red, nothing can stop you.
Is that serious advice?
That's a serious advice.
Oh, okay.
Be bold.
Yeah.
Be bold.
Okay.
Be bold.
Okay.
Harina nako ya gore re ngenge. We are empowering children. We are building legacies. Asancenye manje. Go get yourself a pair of red outfit. Be bold. So me saying get red outfit means be bold and don't be apologetic.
Wow. Then give them all your social media contacts so that they can get in touch with you and give you business. Go ahead.
You can find me Lerato Qwabe. I'm just Lerato Qwabe on Instagram, Threads, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Lerato Qwabe. Everything ke Lerato Qwabe. And the business, it's Epic Events. That's where you will see most of our events. And you can also find us on Urban Urge to see all the Business Boost Extra and many of our Urban Urge Life of an Urbanite. That's what we call ourselves. We are Urbanites.
Okay. All right. It's been a very, very powerful conversation. Dear viewer, dear listener, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule. We've come to the end of this particular enthralling conversation, full of boldness, full of brightness.
Yes.
And thank you for sharing all that. Please strike that subscribe button if you haven't done so already, or the notification bell. Give us a like as well. Let's stay in touch. Mogobe Nuggets of Wisdom. You know where to find us, and follow us on all the other platforms. Thank you so much for taking the time out. Let me once again thank my wonderful guest.
Thank you.
You did a great job, madam.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.